Are you a leader? Am I? The answer, whether we like it or not, is absolutely. Yes, we are. Leadership is influence, and every one of us has influence on the things and people that are around us. In fact, leadership, it isn't just one of the cornerstone skills that you can get better at. It is the keystone. If you become a great leader, it affects everything else in your life. So the only question that we all face is, how good are we going to be at it? Hi, I'm Dan McPherson. I'm the CEO of Leaders Must Lead, and I'm a calm and clarity coach who helps people around the world to build momentum in their lives and businesses. In this series of sprints, I'm going to share with you a rapid reset that can be a magic pill with effects that ripple through every area of your life. And we're going to do that by looking at leadership step by step. When you think of leadership, it really comes in 4 phases. The first is personal growth. Why? Because the hardest person in the world to lead is ourselves. And if we get better, everything else changes. The second is attitude. Once I start leading myself, now how do I view the world? How do I look at others? What is the lens that I see through? Then the third is connection. If I'm seeing through the lens and looking at others, how do I engage with them? How do I interact with them? And then finally, it's about team. How can I efficiently lead other people, whether it be at home with my family or at work with other employees? All of this begins with this idea of personal development. It begins with improvement. And improvement starts with starts with me. It's the things that I need to be doing. I'm going to share with you 5 things that we should always be doing to become a better leader. First, we should always be compassionate. People matter most, and relationships are everything. And the fact is, our society teaches us not to value others. It teaches us to be judgmental and critical and often unkind. And it teaches us to get angry and frustrated when people express opinions. What I'm going to challenge you with is to truly be compassionate, to look and ask yourself, where is this person coming from? What do they understand that I don't? What knowledge and perspective do they have that I'd like to have? And allow that to expand your mind and to build deeper relationships. If you do, you'll become a stronger leader. Second, be more curious. I've learned over time, and it took me quite a while, that curiosity is the number 1 skill in the world. Asking more and better questions will move you further faster than anything else that you can do. The truth is that when we look at questions, most people tend to only ask 2 to 3 levels deep, but the actual core of any issue, it is 5 to 6 levels deep. Think about it when you go and you meet somebody for the first time, or even just saying hi for the day. Hey, how are you doing? I'm fine. Oh, really? What's going on? Well, I've just had kind of a challenging day. Oh, well, what does that mean? Well, it's been pretty rough. Well, what's rough about it? You're already 3 levels deep. You haven't gotten the information, but you know there's something there. If you keep digging, what do you find out? Well, what's going on? Oh, I had these 3 issues. Oh, tell me about that. And now you get to it and you have a real relationship. Curiosity changes everything. Third is about learning. Always be learning. Leaders are learners, and we move forward in life either a little bit or a lot every single day, or we move backward. What doesn't happen is we don't sit still. If we think we're sitting still, we're getting passed by inflation. And so I challenge you to find just a little bit of a way to go forward every day, whether you are taking a few minutes and reading a book that'll help you learn something, whether you are having a deep conversation with somebody, whether you're listening to a helpful podcast, whatever it is, get new information in your head and you will stay on the track of movement. Do beware, however, of consuming without learning. In this society where we are so internet driven, what happens a lot of times is we'll be doom scrolling through social media and we're not actually learning. We're not actually adding anything to our life. And sometimes there's value in pieces of that for entertainment or for release. But if it isn't moving us forward, we should make sure there is at least something that is. Once you've got this learning process going, now the 4th piece comes into play, which is about teaching. Always be teaching. This may sound a little bit counterintuitive, but it's the best way to learn and impact every area of life. You get 2 things out of this teaching philosophy. The first is you're training and you're mentoring and you're giving. You're actually giving back in the world and replicating yourself and passing along knowledge. That's great. The second is that you are finding out what you didn't know. Anytime you got to teach something, you you quickly figure out, oh, this is the spot that I didn't have it as solid as I would have liked, and you're able to pin that down. Finally is acting. Execution is everything. So always be acting. Always have a bias towards getting something done. We as humans like to learn and grow, and when we do, we like to think about it and think about it and think about it, and sometimes that can hold us back from doing things. So avoid the analysis paralysis and overcome this idea of being stuck, overcome what I like to call the momentum of zero, the toughest momentum in life, that where we're sitting on the couch. You do that by taking the smallest first step. Ask yourself, what is the tiniest little itty bitty action I can take? It could be signing a signature, it could be sending an email, it could be having a quick conversation, whatever that is. What is the smallest thing I can take? You do that, you'll break through, and you'll begin to build momentum. That momentum will carry on into all of the areas of your life, and your journey of leadership will have begun in earnest. I look forward to sharing more about this with you and seeing you in the next sprint.